probably not ever going to get a boyfriend just because I make these YouTube tapes. Because people are going to realize how quirky and weird I am. But here goes. I've been alone 12 years, so I figured, what the hell, you know? I've already gotten used to it now, so there ain't no reason to hold back any longer. Excuse me, I had to do a little adjustment. And one of the stories, one of the little tidbits I was going to tell about today, and it's only because I have a little bit of tape left, and this is just a real short thing. It was one of the very first times that my husband, my ex-husband, who I was married to for 10 years, only husband, and I've been divorced for 12, was having a meltdown. He was the kind of father that he would discipline, and if you needed to be disciplined, then he would discipline, and that would be taken care of. But if he felt ignored or challenged or like you weren't getting it the first time, then he'd lose his cool. And then when it would come time to discipline, it wouldn't be maybe 3 or 4 whacks until the kid learned his point. It might be 6 or 7 whacks until Dad has settled down. And I remember my daughter was about 14 months old, and she was just learning how to toddle around good. She was just the right height for the coffee table and the side tables and stuff. And we had a radio in the living room that had the dual tape decks, where you could record in one while you play in the other. And she had gotten over there, and she had been farting around, and she found out how to push the buttons and open the doors. So she'd open them and shut them and open them and shut them and just giggling and having a good time. Well, he got tired of it, got tired of hearing it, stop it, quit it, and finally went over there and spanked her hand. You need to stop, no more. But it was a game to her. You know, why didn't you take the baby and move her to the other side of the house? She's like 14 months old, 15 months old. She would have found something else to entertain herself. But that wasn't a thought. He wanted her to obey. So that meant she could stand there, but do not open those doors or touch those buttons anymore. That's the point he was trying to get across. But to her, she's 14 months old, 15 months old. She's just opening and shutting, opening and shutting. And then finally he loses his cool, and he goes over there and he gets her hand. He's just like, wham, 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 wham. And she's just crying and, you know, got her pacifier and these big old tears and just, I mean, and he's really whamming her hand. It is her hands. He's not breaking them or nothing like that. But he's no longer just giving her the pats that she needs to chill. He's hitting her till he chills, you know. And I was like, oh my God, no, we won't have any more of this. And so I went over there and I took her and I kissed her boo-boos and I moved her and I put her in another area, and I reached over there and I said, we will not have another issue about this damn radio. And I pushed open the 2 doors, and then I grabbed them and I ripped them off. And he just looked at me like, you crazy fucking bitch. And I said, no, you're not ever going to hit a child. She's a baby. And you're going to hit on her like that over this. You could have moved her. You could have been in better control of the situation. And now we don't have the issue no more. See, that's my whole thing. Let's just resolve the issue and move on. Don't want to keep dragging it out. She'll never touch the fucking buttons and open the doors again, and you'll never scream about it again. I'm perfectly happy. Anyway, probably never going to get a date. I have grown up a lot. He was a jerk. He pushed my buttons. Anyway, she didn't mess with it anymore. And I was right. I moved her to the other side of the room, and she found a ball. And